Hi, everyone. First, I want to express my gratitude for the invitation to be part of this transformational event. I believe that our overall mental wellness lies on creating more events like this one to offer support to all of us, and most especially to our youths who are our future leaders. So, for this, I want to give thanks to those bodies who are making this event possible. And we are definitely being called to do this work more. And it is an honor to be part of this and to have this opportunity to share lessons and insights about managing negative emotions. But before I get talking about this essential topic, please allow me to introduce myself. The name is Glenda Dela Cruz, and I am holistic health and mental wellness strategist. I help people gain clarity and confidence in achieving their wellness goals so that they can live more fully and peacefully. This work that I do stems from my professional background as a registered healthcare professional and from my personal experience of overcoming panic attacks and anxiety, and also as a mom and a supporter to my only son, who to this day experiences chronic mental health condition. And so I hope to impart with you today some valuable learnings and insights. So, I want us to begin talking about managing negative emotions by looking at your definition of negative emotions. Why begin with this, right? Our definition of things influence how we understand, right? So our definition of things influence how we understand, and our understanding impacts how we manage, right? So our understanding impacts our way of managing whatever it is that is needing to be managed. Now, would you agree that the more we understand, the better it is that we manage? So I invite you to pause and ask yourself this very important question. I want you to ask yourself, how are you defining negative emotions? Okay, so how are you defining negative emotions? For many of us, we commonly define negative emotions as those emotions or feelings where we feel low, sad, depressed, angry, agitated, and so on and so forth, right? Well, that holds true. That way of defining negative emotions limits us in freely experiencing such emotions that are actually natural, normal human reactions, right? Human emotions and reactions to certain situations. And when we define such emotions as negative, we tend to deflect them rather than allowing ourselves to feel these natural emotions. And by deflecting these emotions, we miss out or even ignore the valuable opportunity to learn from these emotions that are actually, like I said, normal responses to certain situations. By thinking that these are negative, okay, by thinking that these are negative emotions, it may cause us to feel bad about feeling them. And in doing so, we tend to not process challenging experiences as they need to be processed, right? So that leads to lost opportunities of understanding what is happening with us. And that poses a lot of risks to our well being. Right. So without understanding our feelings, there is then lack of attention to our thoughts, and lack of attention to our thoughts can lead to behaviors and actions that are problematic or not helpful to our desired level of well-being. So with that, there becomes like a disconnect with our thoughts and actions when we miss opportunities to learn from our emotions, right? So I want you to think about your emotions as messengers. Okay. So again, thinking about your emotions as messengers carrying valuable messages. And if you see the messages that each of your emotions bring, you see the lessons from your experiences. Okay. So those lessons you learn from your emotions are like doorways to your desired growth and development. And so I want to invite you to take a moment to look at your definition of negative emotions and ask yourself these questions. Is your way of defining negative emotions making you want to deflect those emotions? All right. So that's one question that you got to ask yourself. Is your way of defining negative emotions making you want to deflect or run away from feeling your emotions? And by deflecting or running away from your emotions, how are you then attending and giving yourself what you need to recover and strengthen from certain challenging situations? All right. So, is there a need to redefine how you're currently defining negative emotions? All right. Last question. Can you see your emotions as what they are, neither negative nor positive, but rather messengers carrying valuable lessons? Okay, so how you are defining your emotions has an impact on how you see your emotions, and how you see your emotions impact how you manage your emotions. Okay, so I want to offer you an alternative view or definition of your emotions, and that is to remove the labels of positive or negative, good or bad, and just let your emotions be what they are without the labeling of positive or negative, good or bad. All right, so dropping the labels and the judgment and seeing your emotions for what they are, feeling your emotions for what they are, and acknowledging them. So, acknowledging your emotions and really letting yourself feel those feelings, right? Giving yourself that permission to feel your emotions. And of course, as you feel your emotions, you have to identify what you are feeling, right? So, asking yourself, what am I feeling? Right? So you got to name it and you got to identify that emotion. Okay? So tell yourself, ask yourself, what am I feeling? So tell yourself, I feel that emotion. Okay? You are allowed to feel and allow yourself, give yourself that permission to feel those emotions. Okay? Now, this process of allowing yourself to feel all your emotions as they are may feel really uncomfortable at first. Okay. So, another big part of managing emotions is breathing mindfully through your emotions. Okay. So, breathing mindfully means you are feeling the air move through your body as you inhale and exhale. One technique of breathing mindfully is 4 seconds inhale, 3 seconds hold, and then 5 seconds exhale. All right. This practice will help you feel emotionally centered and stable through really any challenging situations and experiences. Okay, so there's so much value in feeling centered and stable during uncertain times. All right, so imagine the quality of your thoughts and decisions and choices of your actions when you feel centered and stable. All right, so what would you be able to do if you felt more centered and stable? What would that look like for you? Would you like to feel centered, more centered, and stable? Right? So let's recap how to manage negative emotions. Redefine negative emotions. Let your definition be neutral without the labels and judgment. Okay? Acknowledge whatever emotions you feel. Identify your emotions without identifying yourself as your emotions. There's a big difference with that. Breathe through your emotions. 4 inhale, 3 hold, 5 exhale, and repeat. Okay. Get centered and stable through that breath work and really anchor down on that to help you not only manage all your emotions, but discover your mental and emotional stability and strength. Okay. So, with that, do reach out and ask for help if you need to be guided in this process. Asking for help is so, so important. Okay, so again, my name is Glenda, and I hope I was able to share something valuable that you can use to be well and stay mentally and emotionally resilient and, of course, well. All right, thank you very much.